In today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, I'm going to break down the top 3 altcoins that could make massive moves in the month of September. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any sort of financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find the videos informative and or entertaining, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel. So without further ado, we are going to get right into today's content, and I do want to break down the top 3 altcoins that I am looking at for the month of September. We have discussed on the channel how, alts ever since making that sort of local high back in March have been downtrending overall. And I want to just list off 3 coins that I am looking at for this month, 3 coins that I suspect could make some big moves to the upside if we do see the altcoin market bounce back. So moving in here with spot number 1, I do want to talk about Solana. This token is currently sitting at $132, and we can see here that over the past month, it's down about 18%. Now, there are 2 catalysts in specific that I am looking for when it comes to Solana. And the first one would actually be the Breakpoint 2024 event. And this is being held in Singapore on September 20th and September 21st. So we see here that they are going to have a ton of different speakers at this event, actually highlighting all of the use cases for Solana as well. And, this definitely could help Solana to see some more bullish momentum, especially if there is any sort of major announcement and or breakdown at this event. If we see the altcoin market start to turn around and flip bullish at the same time that we get some good news out of Solana Breakpoint 2024, that could simply act as a catalyst for this alt to continue making its way to the upside and really to continue on its impressive run that it has seen throughout this bull market. I mean, it bottomed at around $8, back in December of 2022. It did make its way back up to about $200 here earlier this year in March, coinciding with the rest of the altcoin market kind of topping. And you can see here that since then, it has kind of just been making its way here down to 178, came back up to about the 185 territory, and now sitting back down at 132. And I do think, and I'm a pretty big believer that the altcoins that have been winners so far in this bull market will most likely continue to catch the biggest bids and be some of the bigger winners. And in my opinion, Solana is one of those altcoins. So looking at, another catalyst here that we don't have a specific date on, but something that I am keeping an eye on is the Solana ETF, which is most likely, I don't want to say most likely, but we do have different asset managers actually looking to launch this ETF. So VanEck and 21 Shares submitted their filings in June. And if you take a look here at the cryptos by market cap, you got Bitcoin ETF done, Ethereum ETF done, then you have Tether, which we're not gonna, it's a stable coin. BNB here, which is a layer 1, but also an exchange token. And then we have Solana next up on the list. So, asset managers basically skipped over BNB and are trying to go right for the Solana ETF, which I think speaks a lot to just the popularity of Solana and the fact that they would expect some major inflows if they were to launch some sort of trading product for this altcoin. So I do think it makes logical sense that the Solana ETF would be the next one in line. And once again, this could act as sort of like a catalyst for Solana. The fact that the institutions are now going to be able to own Solana through one of these exchange traded funds. Additionally, we have it sitting in second place here in terms of all blockchains just by total value locked here. We can see here that Solana has 9.49 billion TVL compared to Ethereum's 85 billion. However, what's super interesting, even if we take a look at 24-hour volume, is that Ether has just over a billion. Solana has just under 700 million in volume. So, over 50% here of the volume on Solana. Solana's trading volume when compared to Ethereum, it's got about 60-ish%, maybe even more of the trading volume that Ether has. And from a market cap perspective, Ether is valued at 303 bill, Solana valued at just under 62 bill. So the argument could be made based on that metric that Solana could be undervalued here. Additionally, we do see, if we take a look at the chart here, I do see kind of an interesting pattern forming, one similar to the one that we saw back in 2021, where Solana ran from 26 bucks all the way up to about 250. So just making this set of lower highs here, but bouncing off a very important area of support at the $120-ish range. And that is why Solana comes in at spot number 3 on this list. Now, moving into spot number 2, I do want to actually go ahead and talk about the Render token. And if you guys have been with the channel for a while, you know that Render is one of my favorite altcoins, my favorite AI altcoin for sure. And just like Solana, this coin has been a big winner of this bull run. So I'm going to go ahead and take us over to TradingView. We'll take a look at the Render chart. Let's just get that pulled up for you guys. Okay, so here's the Render chart, and yeah, if we want to go ahead and actually measure its performance from the bottom, or from when the bull run began, I mean, this coin is up like just over 1,100%, almost 1,200%, and that is even after a huge decline from its high back in March. This altcoin is down about 63% from that level it put in back in March at about 13.5 bucks. Now, when it comes to Render, okay, there are two things I am eyeing specifically for this altcoin as well. The first one here is the fact that they are going to be at the Solana breakpoint event, okay? Render did actually migrate their token from Ethereum over to Solana, and yeah, they are going to be speaking at the breakpoint event. Now, we also saw Jules Urbach, the CEO of Render, basically say that they've been working on a technically complex and very ambitious internal project, which, if all goes well, will serve as a major industry proof point for all next-gen workflows that will be part of Render's roadmap in 2025 and beyond. And he says if the project wraps up before mid-September, they will be featuring it in their breakpoint talk at the Solana event. And if this could happen, once again, this could be a big bullish catalyst for the Render token if they do have some sort of major announcement. Now, even if they don't, even if they are not able to get this prepared in time, they are still working on something big behind the scenes. And, this team has constantly delivered when it comes to the Render network and their decentralized GPU fleet. So whatever it is, I am very curious to hear all about it. Additionally, we do have RNP 11 of this proposal here, which has yet to actually kind of pass through. But in my opinion, once this passes, it will be a big deal for the Render network. Effectively, what they're looking to do is create a huge asset pool for model training, 1 billion 3D assets. Render nodes will participate in asset creation and storage. Buyers interested in using the dataset will pay exclusively in Render tokens on the network. Users will have the option to stake Render and then receive rewards from nodes who generate training revenue. So looking to introduce staking as well as basically making a massive pool for assets for different model training use cases. So pretty big proposal here, and once again, if it is one that passes, I do think would be a huge tailwind for the price action. Now, speaking of the price action, something we've been noting here since covering Render on this dip is the fact that I did bounce off of a key area of support at the $3.60 level, which acted as resistance back here in the bear market, support here in the bull market, before Render actually ran up from that 350 zone or that 360 zone up to 13.5 bucks, a run of about 275%, give or take. And we now see it actually trying to break out above $5.20, which did act as resistance here in early 2024 or late 2023. However, when Render actually broke out above this level for the price action, it went on a nice rip from that 525 level up to 13.5 bucks, which was a move of about 157%. So just keeping an eye to see if Render can make its way back above that $5.20 zone. Now, moving into spot number 1, I do want to talk about Ethereum. And I know it's probably not the most exciting choice. It is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. However, I do think that Ether, I just see incredibly bearish sentiment for Ether right now. And, Ether has been here before. it'll probably be here again at some point. I'm sure it will, you know, as long as crypto cycles are doing their thing. This does tend to happen where people just get, you know, bearish on Ethereum. They start to look at other shiny new layer ones instead and say that, you know, Ether's time is done. It's a dino layer one. It's not going to be the biggest layer one. And yeah, I just think that, I think that, you know, to ever count, I'm never counting Ethereum out, okay, when it comes to the crypto space. And, you know, when people are absolutely, you know, just super bearish on it, when it seems like nobody wants to bid on this token, that is when it piques my interest the most, okay? Now, one thing I'm looking at specifically when it comes to Ethereum is actually the Ether Bitcoin valuation, which looks like it may have bottomed out at the 0.04 level. Has it? We don't know for sure. However, you can see here that this 0.04 zone acted as support back in 2017, resistance in 2019, and in 2021 before breaking above. And yeah, since then, I mean, really since, like, we could call it from December of 2021, but, you know, from the merge, which was September of 2022, Ether has actually gone down versus Bitcoin by 50%. Okay, so massive underperformance from Ethereum. It does look like it may have actually hit this key. Well, it did hit this key area of support, but I am looking for a potential bottom at this zone. And if that was the case, I would expect Ether to outperform Bitcoin and lead the rest of the altcoin market higher as well. Now, additionally, if we take a look at the Ether to USD chart, it's actually sitting here just at a key area of support at about the $2,500 zone. And we have the bull market support band sitting at about the $3,000 range. So that would be my next price target for this altcoin to the upside. So on that note, I hope you did enjoy the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.